Hey guys, this is G-man.
I'm Gia.
We're here to talk about the difference between comic books and mangas. You know, some people are, you have your two groups. Some people, the comic readers, they don't want anything to do with mangas, and I think you got vice versa.
There are definitely a lot of manga fans who are not into what we call OEL manga or American-made manga. Some of them are I know I have a lot of friends who are really excited about like the Watchmen movie and things like that, and a lot of American comics. But some of them just find, that Superman just doesn't cut it for them.
And there's also a difference with the format. So I think that could be something also. Like one of my favorites is Speed Racer. I've mentioned that before. And in the 80s, this company, Now Comics, they put out some stuff. So here was a crossover, Speed Racer and Ninja High School. And, it was okay. For me at the time, when I was young, I ate them all up. It wasn't it wasn't as original as the anime, but it was something for me. So I still ate it. You had some goofy stories. Here's Trixie when they were in Egypt, and you got that.
Yes, I have the 3D issue here, complete with the glasses and everything.
And one of our favorites that I came across, you see Sex Pistols. So totally you got the American influence on there, and I believe the series I think lasted until the 30s. So it was over like almost 3 years worth of comics. And then later, with the popularity of Speed Racer, they came out with the New Adventures of Speed Racer, and it was just really bad. There was a cartoon, and I don't even think the comic lasted very long, but you had Trixie, blonde hair, short. It was just... So I think that was an example how the Americanized version didn't quite work.
It's kind of interesting though, because there may actually be more American Speed Racer content now than original Japanese when you combine all these comic books, when you combine the movie, when you combine the new cartoon that I think is on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. And then there's the manga that came out earlier this year.
Yeah, the original English language manga that Seven Seas put out.
They redid some of the character designs again.
But of course they did put out the original manga. This is obviously an old copy, but Digital Manga Publishing put out copies of the original manga in a 2-book format, I believe, late last year.
Yeah,
which is a great buy. Devil's Due is working on an American comic version of Vampire Hunter D, which is, for a lot of anime fans, one of the first things they ever saw. It was a great blend of sci-fi and fantasy, and of course, the original novels were illustrated by Yoshitaka Amano, who is sort of a god of illustration, and he did character designs for Final Fantasy and all these different things.
Yeah.
So hopefully, that won't turn out too bad.
Yeah, and it could work to bring in more comic book readers into, they might read the comics, say, hey, this is pretty good, maybe I should check out the original stuff.
Yeah.
Or another example, Battle of the Planets, Gotchaman. There's a CG movie coming out.
CG film, I think.
And with this was also done by Top Cow, and I don't believe that this series was as successful. I thought it was cool. You had some decent art. The interiors were done in anime style. Mm-hmm. But here's a version. This actually was popular in the 70s as Battle of the Planets, and for whatever reason they decided to try to resurrect it. I think Alex Ross was behind pushing it with Top Cow. So I think that's an example of Japanese anime. It was successful in America, and then it kind of floated around, came back as Eagle Riders, and there's like 2 other different versions, weird versions, and then they tried the comic again.
Well, it probably has a lot. I'm not exactly sure when these came out, but it probably has a lot to do with the increasing popularity of manga. Speed Racer came out, and people didn't especially think of it as anime. It was another cartoon, and it happened to be a cartoon a lot of people liked. And then the more recent resurgence has a lot to do with the fact that so many people are getting into anime and manga.
I say if you enjoy mangas, if you enjoy comics, try one of the other ones. Give it a shot. You'll probably surprise yourself and then find something that you enjoy.
Keep an eye out for our list of what manga to read if you're a comics fan and what comics to read if you're a manga fan.
Okay, thank you.